If you struggle to make real connections, to feel like you easily fit in and make friends with people, I'm about to change your life because I am the expert at having real conversations with people. I'm about to change your life because I went from being insecure, desperate to fit in, no one wanting me in their life, to literally having people consistently thank me. They thank me for our conversations. They cry to me about their truth. We have deep and real and amazing connections, and I can also make my way into any friend group. I used to be so desperate to try to fit in. Then in college, I became friends in the friend group, in the group chat at the reunions with four girls who were roommates. Four girls who were roommates and me. And mind you, they were all a different ethnicity. So not only was I the only one who wasn't in the roommate group, I also was a different ethnicity, yet they still opened their doors for me. So how can you do this for you? The key to making real connections is doing the opposite of small talk. Think about how boring small talk is. So what's your favorite color? How are you? Versus having an open, amazing, deep conversation with your closest friends. That is the goal. So I'm going to tell you 3 different stories of how I was able to get there with someone because it can happen in a lot of different ways. But in every story I tell you, there's one thing in common. We are seeking the truth from people. We don't want to know about their favorite color. We don't want to know about where they like to shoppity walk. Those are fun things. Woohoo. You like tennis, you like golf. That's cool. I want to know who you really are because that is where connection is made, when our hearts connect, not our brains and our interests. And it's a generalization, right? Because interests are a great way to form connections, but I'm going to tell you how we get to the real, deep, incredible connections that have people crying to me and thanking me after for my presence. Like that is not normal, but it's going to be normal for you soon. Let's go. So the first story is how a girl who started as a stranger was crying to me about her deepest secrets she never talks to anyone about. So there's an app called Glam Squad where you can hire people to come over to your house and do your hair, your makeup, your nails, or whatever. I hired someone to come do my hair. So she arrives, I open the door, and she's like, "Hi." I'm like, "Well, hi, welcome to my freaking home." So rude, not friendly at all. Then she's like, "How would you like your hair?" I'm like, "Well, I can show you some pictures." And I'm feeling out the energy. I'm like, is she gonna brighten up? Like, I was excited for my day to get my hair done, and this girl's just like mad to be near me. And so I'm starting to feel like I don't like this energy. Not in my space, off to my great day. And then I showed her, I was like, "Oh, this is the one I want." She's like, "That'll be an extra this. That's if you want that." I didn't mind the extra cost. It was, once again, the energy was so off. I was like, I think I'd like you to leave. Because boundaries, this is a good example of what can lead to a conversation, is having boundaries. Because when you have boundaries, people can't BS you. I felt her real energy was wackadoodle. So I called her out on it. And I said, "I don't like this. These are my boundaries. Leave my house if you're going to come in with negative energy. Rude. I'm paying you." The least you can do is be half friendly. And she was like, "What do you mean?" Like, you know, when you call someone out on something real, which is what we're trying to do here, we're trying to get to the real parts of people. That's how we make real connections. And when you call someone out on how they're really acting and you don't let it hide in it and make you uncomfortable, but instead you put your boundary up, then they're like, "Oh, well, I'm sorry. I was just trying to tell you like the price." I'm like, "Yeah, it's not about the price. It's about the way you said it." And she was like, "Oh, I was just trying to tell you the price." I'm like, "Since you walked in here, you've been rude, you've been negative, and all I wanted is someone to do my hair and not drag down my mood." And mind you, I'm looking her dead in the eyes. And when I look someone dead in the eyes and I say this, they can't BS me anymore because I'm being serious. I'm saying your energy is hurting me and I don't like it. So what's up? What's going on, dude? Dead in the eyes. I'm not ashamed of the truth. A lot of times when you don't speak up on the truth, you don't get to the truth. So you gotta speak up. If I didn't speak up, I would have been walked all over. Anyways, from there, she's like, "I'm sorry. I starts opening up to me and telling me that this is, I believe it was the 3-year anniversary of her mom's death. And she just opens up to me. And mind you, I'm listening. I am present. I also have compassion and grace, knowing that her mood is understandable. Now, I don't think that is appropriate. I don't think you should ever put that on someone else. There really is never an excuse to treat people like that, no matter what you're going through. That's something we're all working on, though, trying to control how we let our emotions onto other people, despite what's going on in our inner world. But when I looked her in the eye and I said, what's up? Be real with me because I'm being real with you, that I don't like this energy. She knows that she can be real with me because I'm being real with her. And she just starts breaking down. And it was so crazy, guys. It was like a movie. It was tears and vulnerability. And of course, from there, I asked her questions. What are you going through? Is this a time you should be working? Now we've gotten to the truth, and now I can ask questions to really hear more about her story. What happened? What can I do to help? What do you need to do for yourself? And this all comes from being truthful, and this connection stems from me knowing I want the truth out of everyone. I don't want your bull crap story. I'm not going to deal with any bull crap. So just be real. And when someone has that energy, you can't put on a front because else you're going to be called out for it. So you have no choice but to be honest. And what's crazy is that that's really all people want. People who say they don't want that, it's because they have never had the blessing of having someone who was truly there and present for them in that moment. All people want is to connect. All we want is love. All we want, and the reason you're watching this video is because you want to better connect with people. And the way to better connect with people is being honest and being strong in what is real to you. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a clip from that day because after we had this whole moment, she was like, wow, we have to share this story. And so here's a little clip of her sharing her side of the story and how we formed a great friendship and a great, beautiful connection from this moment.
Like not to work on like, my mother's death date and not to work on like the day before. So like the 11th and the 12th because she died on the 12th. But I figured, the 10th I can still work and I should be fine. And I feel fine. But I think that she picked up on that stagnant energy. You do have to keep going in life. That's one of the reasons why I am still working and I am still going forward. When you come in here, there is an energy in here and it does feel like a safe place. It does feel like a safe zone. That's why I think I felt also so comfortable, talking to you. You truly are gifted though, because I'm a tough cookie to crack. And as soon as she met me, that was it. It was like mask off. It was like mask off, bitch. That opened up a whole nother friendship.
Yeah. Okay, now off to the next story, which at the end of this story, I'm also going to show you a screenshot of the message I received from him from just making real connections. So in this story, I am in New York City about to go to Vegas for a business conference, and I'm taking the bus to the airport because your girl is trying to be better with her money and not spend $150 to go to the airport. So I spent $20 on this bus. I've never taken a bus before, or sorry, but I haven't. I've really been trying. Thank you, Mom and Dad. I'm like, my parents have been on my butt for so long, and now I'm like taking Spirit Airlines, and they're like, Kaylee, please don't. I'm like, I'm trying to save money. But I really don't mind the bus. I'm very unbougie. I'm bougie with my clothes, but not with transportation. I don't care if I sit in the middle on a 7-hour airplane ride. I'm just super chill. So anyways, I take this $20 bus and I get in line and it's late and it's late and it's late and it's late. So this taxi driver comes and he's like, does anyone want to come with me? And it was a little sketch. Everyone was like, how are you getting paid from this? And he was like, just email me your bus tickets and that's all you need. And I was like, cool, let's go. I don't want to miss my flight and I don't want to pay for my Uber. So let's go. And so everyone is like sketched the freak out. Literally, there's this one woman. She's like, don't trust him. Don't trust him. It's sketch. I'm like, the taxi driver seems normal. Let's go. That's another thing about me. I'm very risky. I'm like, it feels right in my gut. I'm going with it. So the taxi driver, he was giving me green flags. He didn't feel weird. I always trust my intuition. Trust me, there are times if I feel like it's weird, I'm out. But a lot of times I feel safe. In times I maybe shouldn't. So I get in this taxi cab with me and 2 other men. The men were young and cool young dudes. Really give and chill. Trust. Okay. I know it sounds sketch. Trust. So the guy in the front, he was super cute, but I wasn't into him. I was just like, oh yeah. And I said to him, oh, I love your outfit. And he said, thank you. And on the taxi ride there, I'm handling some work calls. We're all kind of conversing. And then me and him both end up in the same Spirit Airlines. I was like, oh, thank gosh that we are both here because anyone else would be judging me. So I'm so glad that you bought a Spirit ticket too, because now no one can judge us. So me and this guy who, yes, he's cute, but trust me, no, not into him, just like, yeah, that's it. Don't worry, it doesn't go anywhere. But we do everything together. We get dropped off together. We check our bags together. We go through security together. We go to our gates together. Our gates were right next to each other. So throughout this journey, I'm asking him real questions. What are your goals? What do you like to do? And of course, there there are shared interests. We both love the gym. We both are driven. But the main thing that formed the connection was the questions I asked him, which were playing off of our interests. For example, when he said the gym, a lot of people, they have surface level conversations because they're just like, so what's your gym routine? So what's your favorite outfit for the gym? Boring. I'm trying to know, what are your goals in life? How do you feel inside? What challenges are you having? Who are you? How do you feel deep inside that you hide from everyone else? So in those moments are how I go from let's keep a surface level conversation to let's connect. Let's talk about real things. The real things are the things that are deep inside, the way that we're feeling, the way that we're challenged, our aspirations, our inspirations, our relationships. That is what is meaningful to us. So why am I going to waste time talking to anyone about something that is not meaningful to either of us? Yeah, woohoo, I love this bracelet. Where is it from? I would rather know about what you're going through right now and how I can be there for you to listen and to bounce ideas off of each other. So at the end of this journey of us talking and me asking him about his goals and me also empowering him saying, oh, I want to be a model. That's so cool. You can totally do it. Go for it. So I'm asking questions to get to the truth. And then at the truth, I empower them. That's literally the secret to all of this. At the end, he sends me this message, which you guys can read and hopefully keep taking this advice to know that you can form connections like this too. So go ahead and read it. So my last example of how going to the truth will have people messaging you after, thanking you for your relationship, your presence, your friendship, all of it. In this story, I was at an influencer event in New York City and I went alone. Once again, example, just like you need to be honest, speaking up when people have boundaries up that are weird. Another thing is you have to have the confidence to go places by yourself. You're going to get this confidence when you learn to ask the deeper questions and to not deal with BS. Got it? So I go to this event alone and I see another girl alone and I say, hey, did you come here alone? Awesome. I sat next to her, started talking to her. We hadn't progressed much in the conversation because sometimes you're going to have to really on people to get them to be real. I don't like BS. And if someone is not going to be real with me, I have no interest in talking to them. If they're not giving me any truth and honesty to work with, there is no connection that can be formed. I can do my best to create a space of honesty and truth and realness, which is what all humans want at our core. But if your guard is so high, you're giving me nothing, I'm not going to invest in you. I'm immediately out. But anyways, in this situation, that wasn't it. Me and this girl were just talking. And then this other girl comes by and I'm like, hey, did you come alone? I see she's another young girl, whatever. I'm like, come sit with us. So I invite her to come sit and the other girl ends up leaving. And me and this girl, we talk and I ask her about her relationship. I ask her about her kids. I ask her about what she has learned from dating and how she found her husband. And you notice the patterns that it's about them. Finding real connections, making real connections is about focusing on them. How can you be a great friend and listener and support for them? In all of these cases, these people thanking me and crying me, I don't even know if they know anything about me. The right people with deep depth will. But in a lot of cases, not all, I serve as giving them the space to be real with me, but because they've never had anyone be real with them, they don't even know how to go to me because they're just so relieved to have someone to be themselves with that they forget that I have a truth too. And I don't take it offensive at all. But there are people where the deep conversations are mutual because they are at that level of depth where being honest is normal and they want to know my truth too. But a lot of times I'm cracking people's shells who forgot honesty is a real thing. So anyways, my point is the focus is on them. You will always need someone who it's not all about them. They have to be on your level. But in these one-off connections of I want to connect with this person, I want to see if they can connect back with me, I always start making it about that because I truly care about them. And that's another thing to all of this is you have to truly care about wanting to know who they really are. And I think a lot of that comes from caring who you really are. I love myself and I really care about my authentic self. So when I catch myself doing things that I feel like aren't honest to myself, I always question myself. Like sometimes if I speak a little loud, I'm like, was I trying to prove myself there? I'm just very aware of who I am and I care a lot about being honest with myself that I pick it up quickly in others. I just ask her about herself. Just ask her about about herself. And at the end of it, this is the message I got. So I hope this video helps you to be more truthful with yourself and others so you can make connections with people, you can fit in, and you can change other people's lives. If this video helped you in any way at all, if you would just comment what you got from it or one thought you had from it, it would really help me to feel like all the energy I put into these videos is seen and heard and making a difference. Literally, all I want is to know that I impacted you. So if I did, please just let me know in the comments below and let me know what else you want me to talk about. Let me know your own stories. Let me know everything because I want to know. Because right now I'm lonely in my room in New York City and I want to hear from you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching me and supporting me, and I hope this makes a difference in your life. I love you. Bye.